Hi guys, it's Paul here, and a lot of you have been asking, well not actually a lot of you, one or two of you have been asking about how to create your Kindle book cover. There's a thing that comes before that, and that is obviously your book title. You can't create a Kindle book cover until you've got your title. So Elena's been away in Belgium for a few days. She's mad busy catching up, so last night we managed to sit down for an hour or so and just go through this process that she used to choose a title for her book. Once we've got a title, we can then, in another video, start talking about the book cover. So how do you choose a title for your book? Now, let's just use Elena's book as an example. So let's just, if we just put in here Elena's name, you'll see that it comes up with both of her books. Let's focus on this one here. Let's use this one as an example. So you'll see that Elena's called this book Learn Holiday Spanish in 7 Days, the ultimate beginner's guide for holiday makers with free audio download. Now, the first thing is that you have to use the same name in your title as you do as you have on your book cover. You can't have one name on your book cover and a slightly different name for your book title. They've got to be the same. So why did we come up, or why did Elena come up with this book title? Well, she did some keyword research to find out what people are searching for in the first place. Find out what people are searching for, give your book that name. So how do you find out what people are searching for? Well, there's a few really cool tools that you can use, and what's even better is they're free. So the first one is Google Keyword Planner. Now you have to set up a Google Keyword Planner account. It is free. If you go to Google and enter Google Keyword Planner, you'll come up with this screen, and at the top there you'll see this adwords.google.co.uk keyword planner link. Click on that, and then you just got to go in and create an account unless you've already got an account. Okay, so just follow through that. I'm not going to go through how to set up an account. There's YouTube videos that talk about that, but you should just be able to create. Just click that link and just follow the screens. Now, once you are logged in, you will see. Let me just pause this 1 second. Yeah, once you're logged in, you will see this screen. Keyword Planner, where would you like to start? So I want you to start on search for new keywords using phrase, website or category. Now, we're going to use a phrase and we're going to say speak Spanish. Okay, let's just change that for now to learn Spanish. We're not going to enter a website. You can if you have a website, but I would just suggest you just enter what we're going to call a core keyword. This is what you think most people are searching on, and it's a really good idea, guys, just to write down 3 or 4 key phrases that you think people would search on for your book. So for example, with I think Bianca's book, her book is about IVF. You could put in here IVF treatment, or you could put in here how to get pregnant, and you'll find that how to get pregnant has far more searches than IVF treatments. You've got to bear this sort of thing in mind. So guys, as I'm going through this video, just think about how does this relate to my book. Now, some of you are writing language books, so you're just going to be able to copy this model, which is great. But just use these principles for your own book. So there you go, learn Spanish. Go down here, click on Get Ideas. And you'll see that Keyword Planner will come up with the word that you've entered here, along with the search volume and other ideas. Now you can order this. You can click on this link here to order it by volume. But you'll see nonetheless that Learn Spanish is 110,000 searches in Google per month. And you'll see, let's just do that so it goes back the other way. You'll see there are other searches, Learn Japanese, Learn French, Learn Korean, Learn Arabic, Learn German, Spanish words. Now, none of those relate, obviously. Get a piece of paper, write down all of the key words, key phrases that relate to your book. You're going to be using them in the future. So Spanish words has almost 50,000 searches per month. Learn Russian, study Spanish, 33,000. Okay, does that relate to a book? Perhaps it does. Italian, no. Spanish verbs, yes, 27,000. If your book has excuse me, if your book has a chapter on Spanish verbs, maybe you could include that. How to speak Spanish, definitely include that one, 22,000. How to learn Spanish, definitely 22,000. Spanish phrases, 22,000. You get the idea. Keep on going through all of these search terms, write them all down and put the volumes next to them. Just do it, guys. You'll understand why as we go through this process. Now, you'll notice here that Learn Spanish has 110,000. But why did Elena decide not to call her book Speak Spanish? Well, this will explain why. Speak Spanish has, on Google, just under 10,000. It's, less than 10% of what Learn Spanish has. And because of that knowledge, that is what dictated what we called the book. But again, you can use Speak Spanish as a key phrase and then go down and see what other ideas there are. So again, it's coming up with Learn Spanish, Spanish words. You might find there's a few new ones in here that you haven't already written down. So there you go, guys. Go through your key phrases. Now, for example, with Bianca, let's just put down IVF treatment. IVF treatment, get ideas. IVF treatment has 22,000 searches per month. How to get pregnant. How to get pregnant? 450,000 searches per month. So, that's just something to bear in mind, guys. Again, same principle. Go through all of these keywords, write down the ones that people are searching for. Now, look at Google AdWord Keyword Planner as just a brainstorming tool that allows you to get a rough idea as to what people are searching on. However, this is really important. What people are searching on in Google is often different to what people search on in Amazon. Google is for people who want to research something. Amazon is for people who want to buy something. So the next tool we're going to go over to is something called Merchant Words, and you can get to it from merchantwords.com. This is a free tool. Now, you can subscribe at £30 a month. It gives you all of the keywords that people are searching on. Really, it's not. You don't need to do this for your book. You can just enter in. So there you go. Learn Spanish. Search again. You can just enter in the keyword here. Go to drop down. Enter in Kindle Store from the drop down. Go to here, highest search volume, and then search. Okay, and it's going to come up with how many people are searching for this in Amazon. So you'll see that Learn Spanish has 605,000 people searching a month. That is far more than the amount of people who are searching on Google, which is a really good sign. It's a great sign. This is search volumes for people who are looking to buy something. Learning Spanish is 405. Learn Spanish books, Learn Spanish language, Spanish learning books. Again, if we go into here and change this to speak, but keep everything else the same, we're going to go from 605,000 to 147,000. Again, much, much smaller. So play around with this one. Find out what the highest terms are, highest searched terms are, and write them down because you're going to be using those in your book. So there we go. Learn Spanish is a key when it comes to thinking of a phrase for your book title. Now, once you've done 5 searches on Merchant Words, they will ask you to enter your email address. So just enter your email address. You haven't actually even got to enter a real email address, just enter anything. And that'll allow you to do multiple searches. Okay, guys, so now you know what your most searched on keyword or keyword phrase is for your book. Our suggestion is to use those keywords in your book title. Use those keywords in your book title. So, for example, what Elena's done here is she has used Learn Spanish in the book title. And she made a decision not to try to go for the whole of the, whatever it is, 500,000 searches per month of people who want to learn Spanish. She decided to differentiate her book by focusing on people who were going on holiday. We did a bit of research on how many people travel to Spanish-speaking holidays every month, and it's like millions. So we figured that there will be a lot of people who, when they see this and they see learn a holiday Spanish in 7 days, they're going to think, well, that's what I want it for. I actually just want to learn how to speak Spanish for my holiday, as opposed to all the other books that just talk about, how to learn Spanish full stop. Books that might teach them lots of words they're not really going to need to know on holiday. So that's the reason why this was chosen as a title. Number one, it's got Learn Spanish in the title, and number two, we wanted to differentiate it by talking about, look, this is for guys who are going on holiday. In 7 days is always good. People like to be able to learn things quickly. Now, here's the thing. Elena decided to call this, for now, the Ultimate Beginner's Guide for Holiday Makers. Again, focusing on the fact it's for holiday makers with free audio download. Now, again, this is our differentiator. And this is probably for a different video. If you wanted to get maximum reach for this book, what do you think should happen to this title? By the way, here's the title up to the colon. The subtitle is after the colon. What do you think should happen to get maximum reach? When I say maximum reach, I mean maximum exposure for people who are entering search words into Kindle. And again, we might play with this in the future. You can change this at any point in your Amazon account. Well, the answer is to include Speak Spanish in the subtitle. Because right now, if you go into Learn Spanish, I think I've already shown you this. If you go into Learn Spanish, you'll see that Elena's book is on page 1. Awesome. If you go into it and if you put in Speak Spanish and do a search, you'll see that it's not anywhere on page 1. In fact, I'm not too sure where it is. It's not on page 2, and it's not on page 3. So what's happening is perhaps, missing out on some potential buyers who are typing in Speak Spanish rather than Learn Spanish. Having said that, doing pretty well with this book, just with Learn Spanish, but it's definitely something worth considering. So the book title could change to Learn Holiday Spanish in 7 Days, How to Speak Spanish for Holiday Makers with free audio download. Perhaps we'll play with that. But what's happening here is by doing that, you'll get 2 high search key phrases into the title and subtitle. So guys, this is something that requires a little bit of research, but it will have a massive impact on how well your book sells. Now, I know that there's books out there that, like Seth Godin, he calls his books Purple Cow, how to XYZ. The fact of the matter is that Seth Godin has a massive database of his own subscribers. So, when he writes a new book, he could just literally send an email out and it'll become #1 bestseller in a day. For the rest of us mortal souls, we've got to rely on Amazon traffic, and that's why it's important to do a bit of research about what people are searching on and give your book that title. Now, why did I ask you to write down all of the other words that people are searching on? Well, you can use that in your book description, which is going to be the topic of another title. For now, guys, have a look at this video 2 or 3 times, make notes, use Google Keyword Planner, do some research, check to see what those search volumes are on merchant words, and then start playing around with book titles. Share them in the group. When you come up with a book title, share them in the group. If you've got 3 book titles you're thinking of using for your book, share them in the group so we can see what you are up to. Any questions, guys, please post them in the group so everybody can see them and everybody can benefit from the answers. In the next video, we are going to be talking about cover design. But for now, I think you've got your work cut out with title research. Have a great day. Speak soon.